So, got a really important stretch for you this morning. I wasn't actually going to film today, but I woke up this morning with like neck ache all in here and up the back. And I know that if I don't do something about it early on in the day, it gradually builds and gets worse. So I thought I'd share this stretch with you. I've done one similar before, but this is like a bit of a different one. So if we can just start with rolling the shoulders. You just want to loosen up before you go into this stretch. Now the reason I'm stood at this odd angle is that you're going to need a doorway in a minute. Okay, so for now, you're absolutely fine where you are. Let's just roll alternate shoulders, just pulling them up and back, up and back. Okay, and you'll notice I'm not in my fitness gear. It really doesn't matter what you're in, as long as you haven't got anything maybe that's too tight across your shoulders. Okay, so that you can stretch. Reverse that, come up and forward, just rolling those shoulders. Okay, so you'll need a doorway, because you're going to use the frame of the door. If you maybe an older property and your doorways are quite wide, I'm going to give you a little, have a swing, I'll give you a sort of something else to do instead, okay? So, loosened off a little bit, yeah? So, stand in your doorway, and we're going to start off with the arms low. You've got straightish arms, they don't have to be locked at the elbow, but fairly straight. And you're going to stand slightly behind the door and then lean forward, the chest leading the way, keeping the hands behind the door. And what we don't want to do is let the hips fall forward, okay? So just draw the belly button to the spine, just engage that core and come forward. Just feel a bit of stretch across the chest. And breathe. And release. So we're actually going to be stretching these muscles here and coming forward again. So it might feel a bit odd to be stretching at the front when actually the pain is at the back. But what it is the muscles at the front have got tight and they pull your head and your shoulders forward, which then cause the pain. So we're really going in at the source of the problem here. And release. So give it a shake. Now, stretching a little bit stronger now. You want the elbow at about, let's start at shoulder height. And your arm is like this angle. So my forearm is going up the side of the door. And you're here and here. So don't let the shoulders hunch up. Push them down. Engage your core. And lean forward. Think of chest coming forward, not hips. So you're leaning forwards. And remember to breathe. And you should be feeling this really good stretch across the front of the chest and here in the shoulders. And ease off on it. Let's have a breathe in. And then breathe out as you lean into it. It's really starting to get quite powerful. If you feel like it's sort of a bit too strong for you, then you can either not lean forward as much or maybe bring the elbows down. Just see what feels right for you. And ease back. Shake it off. So how does that feel? So I've done a couple of those already this morning, and it has made such a difference. So rather than next time, when you're aching here, up the back of your neck, rather than just doing lots of this and lots of this and this, all of this movement, actually we should be doing this movement, pulling ourselves backwards, yeah? Should we go for it again, one more time? If that felt okay, try just lifting the elbows a little bit, not up here, but just above shoulder height, as long as you're still able to pull the shoulders down. So engage that core again, just tighten in here. That's going to protect your lower back. So lean it forwards, breathe, and just let your breathing be normal. So it's different again when it's slightly higher. Ease back. Let's have one last breathe in. And breathe out. powerful stretch. Okay. Now I did say at the beginning, if your doorways are a bit wide, I'll give you an alternative. So obviously if you haven't got something that you can rest your elbows, I'll give it a shake. You can just do this with one arm at a time. So you would pull forward with your one arm behind and then the other side, one arm behind. Okay, what we have to make sure we don't do on this is that this other shoulder then comes like this. Yeah, because you're just not going to get the stretch where you want. So if you are doing that one, you've got to be quite strict with yourself and not let this shoulder come forwards. You could always maybe put it behind the other side if your hand just about reaches it. You could do that just to stop that from happening. So that's your alternative. So same principle, but just with one arm at that height, the other arm low. Okay. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you really find that useful. It's one that you could do every single day. Just take 2 minutes doing it and it can make all the difference. Bye.